Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. The crew is here. Before we get started, you guys, I want to just pay our respect and homage to the guy that you hear in the opening. Throw it down, big man, throw it down. Bill Walton passed away yesterday. Iconic NBA legend, of course. I know him from broadcasting more than anything. I know he had a great NBA career, great college basketball career. But Darren, when you first heard the news that Bill Walton passed away, what was your thoughts or reaction to that?
Man, it's up. Man, I saw it and I was just like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just sat there and I was just like, man. He's a good character, good soul,
Yeah.
good vibes. He just wanted good for everybody. And, you know, just like you, I didn't really know him for his quote unquote basketball career. No, granted, I heard about him, and during his time, it was always Bill Walton versus Kareem.
Kareem, yeah.
That whole little rivalry and stuff, and I heard about it, but what I really know Bill for is for, like you said, broadcasting, and
Mm-hmm.
him calling the Pac-12 games. I know he's a alum for UCLA, so he got strong ties to the Pac-12, and that's really what I've known him for. I know he'll call a couple of NBA summer league games, or they kill a few NBA games here and there, but like where you'll definitely see him at some Pac-12 games and Pac-12 after dark games.
Mm-hmm. Smoked
It's
out.
just gonna suck, man. It's gonna suck, but man,
Oh man.
a good soul going to a great place.
Yeah. So of course, in honor of Bill Walton, he played his career in Boston. We was drafted by the Portland Trailblazers, won a couple championships with Boston. Boston must have been inspired because last night they got the brooms out and swept up the Pacers 105-102.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How let's just there's pros and cons. I want to start with the Celtics. Pro wise, they swept them. They took care of business. Con wise, though, it was close. All three of the four games were close. It took Jaylen Brown's heroics, and and Jaylen Brown really deserved to be the MVP of this entire conference finals. So are you impressed or depressed with the Boston Celtics performance in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Um, I'm more even
Yeah.
about it to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we got to keep in mind, uh, both teams, I guess you could say, weren't 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we got to understand who these two teams were. I know in the previous podcast, I said you're gonna have to bet the over every time because why? No defense will be
Yeah.
played in these series, and these were some high scoring series. They were close. They were really good. These games, and that's just pretty much how it all went down. Celtics, they don't play too much defense. You're gonna have to outscore them in order to beat the Boston Celtics, or just catch them slipping on the off night where the ball's just not going in the hoop. And unfortunately for the Pacers, they just Tyrese was already battling the injury. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they've already had a long series against the Knicks. And then I think previously, who they played previously? What was the
Bucks,
Magic?
the Bucks, the
It was,
Bucks.
it was the okay, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a road. That's a hell of a road, and what they've done to get to this point. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's a lot to ask for them, especially whenever this is pretty much their first like real playoff push. with the
Mhm.
squad. So I'm sure they'll come back stronger next year. But I guess to answer your question, I can't say if I'm more impressed with the Celtics or if I'm depressed with the Celtics because we got to keep in mind. I think it was seeds 2 through 6, 2 through 7.
Yeah.
All of them could have been, the
Mhm.
number 7 seed could have been a 2 seed, could have been
See.
a 3 seed, and
Yep.
vice versa. That number 2 seed could have been the 5 seed, could have been the 6 seed. So they're all pretty much even with each other. So just because the Pacers, I think what are they? They're fifth
Six.
seed, 7 seed,
6 seed.
6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the Pacers got a 6 right next to them doesn't mean they're going to be playing like a 6. They could play like a 2. They could play like 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just like, we can't really just be like, oh, these Celtics, they playing, they quote unquote playing low to their competition. Some of their competition is low key pretty talented. So it's not like their competition is trash. No, they're actually playing against some good teams,
They
and
are.
so that's what ended up happening with this series.
Yeah. I want to give Celtics credit on their defense. Game 3 and 4, they actually did play some defense at the end. Drew Holiday with the big steal in Game 3 to seal
I
the
mean,
win.
of course, yeah,
They played enough defense to overcome and beat the
close out
Pacers
the games.
to close
Yeah.
out the games. Yeah. I think for the Pacers though, well, I'll get to that in a minute. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. I have been real critical of Jaylen Brown, mostly his entire career. I felt like he was never going to be the Batman. He was always going to be Robin, number 2, number 3 option. He has really stepped up his game this year, and it's a crying shame he didn't get no All NBA team, not even third NBA team. He should have been on that third NBA team at least. Um, I really do feel that way. He really stepped his game up. He became he was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, rightfully so. Can they win though? The Celtics win a championship if Jaylen Brown's the main guy, or does it have to be Jason Tatum?
Mm, Jason Tatum has to be somewhat of a factor. You can't just be like, oh, no JT, all Jaylen Brown, they're going to automatically win. No. Brown can't do it by himself,
Okay.
and he can't do it by himself.
If Jaylen
So
Brown played like
Jay,
this against the Warriors, they would have beat the Warriors that year. If Jaylen Brown played what he played in the East Conference Finals, he would have beat the Warriors.
I
They would
mean,
have beat the
honestly, I
Warriors.
felt like, he didn't play terribly against us.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared. He only averaged like I'm going to say 15 or 16. I want to say
I'd
I have to make
say, I mean,
sure
he disappeared. He disappeared more. He had more of a disappearing act against the Heat in the Eastern Conference
last year.
Finals.
Last year, yeah.
Then, yeah, that was more of a disappearing act. If we want
Mhm.
to talk about, failures from Jaylen Brown, we can talk
Yeah,
about that series that he just completely fell out in.
yeah,
But I mean, if if we get that type of Jaylen Brown, that Miami Heat, or those couple of few games in the finals with the Warriors,
yeah,
they're gonna have issues. It ain't about just they could do it without one or the other. Both of them are gonna have to. They're gonna have to play because you know who's on the other end. One of the greatest freaking backcourts to grace basketball this year.
yeah.
I mean, come on
Kyrie and
now.
Luka. So realistically, it's going to be
Needless to
Dallas.
say, though, that
Yeah,
yeah, needless to say, this series is over. So
yeah,
but what I'm saying is, JT and JB, they gotta play. They gotta play. They gotta play hard. They gotta ball out because Luca and Kyrie on the other end. Oh man, they're a bunch of killers. So
So I assume that's your favorite to win the NBA championship, the Dallas Mavericks over the Boston Celtics.
no, no,
Really? Oh, you got
no.
Boston.
No, yeah, I got belief that I'm not saying that, JB and JT are just gonna disappear. No, I got belief that they're gonna show up. They have to show up. I mean, they've been, what's this their third appearance in the finals in 5 years? Something like that.
Yeah, the
Time is ticking now.
six conference finals in 8 years, second NBA finals appearance. Yeah, it's time.
Time is ticking. They have to. They have to win this now.
Okay. Who has to win it more, in your opinion, Dallas or Boston? Who's under the most pressure? Yeah, Boston.
Oh, Boston.
Not Dallas, not Kyrie, not Luka. They got pressure.
I say this. When was Dallas's last title?
2011, dreadfully
When
against the
was
Miami
Boston's
Heat.
last title?
2008.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
We're approaching 2 decades. Two
Yeah.
decades that Boston hasn't won a title. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's a problem, especially for a historic franchise like Boston.
That's yeah. Speaking of that 2018, Kevin Garnett was on the AltaCast last night, and he said that this 2024 Celtics team could give the 2008 Celtics team a run for their money. Realistically, come on, who wins that in a 5-on-5? The 2024 Celtics or the '08 Celtics?
08 Celtics in 6 games.
I thought you'd say 5. Okay.
I'm being considerate. I want to say 5. I really want to say 5, but I give JT and JB, especially if they're healthy. So then you got Kristaps Porzingis in the mix now.
Right. Hmm.
You
Drew
got
Holiday.
you get your 6 games in. Now, if we're looking at the cast of Celtics that we got now, a couple of injuries here and there, it could get ugly. It could be about 5 game series.
But I want people to know that
that
08 Celtics team didn't have a bench, though. Realistically, they didn't. But the
they didn't need
2024
a bench.
Celtics, I mean,
they didn't need a bench.
I'm gonna be honest though. That always Celtics team. Remember Kobe? They choked that game. It was a game 4 with Kobe. They blew like an 18-point lead. And Ray Allen had like 7 threes at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just be honest. Let's have a realistic conversation. If that game didn't happen, the Lakers would have won that. Lakers would have won that series.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah,
I just want to get off.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, that was just, and then Sasha. See, I think that's what broke Sasha Valchik right there, that moment, because Ray Allen was cooking him, like, and I'm just thinking to myself, you need to get the ball out of Ray Allen's hand, like it was like they would just pick up. And then think about Rondo's game; he didn't really elevate until like the following year. Rondo, he was just passing, and he didn't have a jump shot that much. He got a jump shot better later on in his career, but it's like, I don't know. You had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and you had Ray Allen. I don't know. I think it's going 7, but I give it edge to 08 Celtics. I just think because of those 3 stars, I'll give it to them.
That's what I'm saying. Them 3. That's what I'm saying. Them 3 alone, and then you got. Wait, was it Big Baby Davis on the team too?
Yeah.
I mean, he got an enforcer like that too. Come on, man.
I mean, enforcer. He was.
Come on. I think about who else was their big man? PJ Brown, Kendrick Perkins, which I'm thinking about Kendrick Perkins. That's
Tony Allen.
But I'm just bro, come on, man. That's defense, man.
That is
something. If you put defense on these Celtics here, today's Celtics,
But their threes, like they have 8 players this year. The Celtics do with 100 3-point makes. I want to say that's a record, having 8 players on the same team having 100 threes in the season. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but that's
but I mean that's cool. That's all in the season. They got to do it for 4 games in the 7-game series.
And you playing defense,
and you playing defense on them, and they got to do it against one of the greatest shooters of all time too on the other end of the court. Who's going to automatically get you 5 of them on the bird chest?
Can Drew Holiday check up round? He could. He could slow him down. I mean, it's an interesting conversation.
At
It's an
that
interesting
age,
conversation.
at that age of Ray Allen, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Can Derek White check Rondo? Maybe. But Derek White's a better shooter than Ray. I don't know. It's going 7 games. That's a tough one. But I give the '08 Celtics that. That's an interesting conversation to have. That '08 Celtics team. I mean, I just hate the fact. I hate the fact because KG's thing. Anything is possible. I hate that so much. It's like you beat up on a Lakers team with Kobe, Pau Gasol was just getting his feet wet. I don't know. But you saw what happened in 2010. World Peace came in there.
Of course,
You
of
saw
course.
what the Lakers had to do. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
just like then, the Celtics, they knew they had to win that finals because it was about time. It was about time for them Celtics to go ahead and take advantage of the situation and win the finals. This is the
LeBron should have
same
beat him.
situation. They,
LeBron should have
they.
beat him.
I mean,
I just because LeBron, they always got in the way on my goat. They always got in the way until he went to Miami and finally got rid of him. Yeah, they have Ray Allen come into Miami, get him a couple of championships. So that's an interesting conversation to have, though. The Celtics team. So, like I said, since 2008, they're looking to get that title back, number 18. We'll see what happens. Quickly, WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Where do you want to begin? I mean, she's
I
struggling.
mean,
She's struggling. It's the rookie woes, right?
of course, it's the rookie wolves, and you see how small the girl is. She's gonna have to go into the weight room. Like she getting bullied, she getting pushed around everywhere. It's a different game compared to the college game.
Yeah.
And Stephen Curry, he had to learn that the hard way. That's why his butt always had those ankle injuries and just them different leg injuries. But he got his butt in the weight room, he fixed that problem.
Yeah.
And that's what she's gonna have to do. So
yeah.
yeah.
So tonight they played the LA Sparks. Caitlin Clark did have a good game though. 30 points. She had 7 turnovers though. That's a problem. Them turnovers are becoming a major problem. Let's see.
Welcome to the league.
6 assists, 5 rebounds, 30 points, like I said, 3 threes. They still lost. They're 1-7. Is it just I mean, I kind of forecast this all for the Fever. Like the coach is not that great. The team is not that great, except for Clark and Boston. So it's just more of let's just see what she has next season, or should she? My thing is, should she play when it gets like later on? Should she just rest up? I don't know. Like if it gets really, really bad.
Yeah. No, let her play. Let her get the
That's their future,
experience.
though. But that's the future. I don't want her to risk an injury,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like
she'll give you a death stare if you try to sit her out. That's what kind of baller she is.
She can give me a death stare, but I'm looking out for the future. Like, but that's the future. That's the future. That's the future of the WNBA. Come on now. But you say play on.
The future is all right.
All I'm saying is she ready for the big 3. I don't know when the big 3. They had their draft today, I think. Yeah, today they had the big 3 at their draft. I think she's ecstatic for that little break, that and the Olympic break, because it's not looking good for this team. I mean, they play the LA Sparks. Shout out to Cameron Brink though, although she didn't have a good game tonight, 3 points. It was what's my girl named Nurse, the point guard, and Deanna Hamley, yeah. But Kia Nurse, man, she came. They came back. They were actually up almost the entire game. The Fever, and the Sparks came back second half and dominated. So just play the course out, like you said. See what happens. Is that the solution for the?
Yeah, I mean that's just how she's going to have to handle the rest of her career. I mean, there's a few first round selections that actually went on to have a phenomenal first year. and they're out there. You know, Asia Wilson. She first round draft pick, first overall draft pick, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Breonna Stewart,
Yeah.
first overall draft pick, rookie of the year. Um, the Diana Taurasi,
Taurasi. They all went through the same thing.
same thing. But you have other players. Sue Bird.
Mm-hmm.
It took Sue Bird. She didn't win rookie of the year. It took Sue Bird a good while to get adjusted to the
Just
WNBA.
Breonna
But
Stewart.
look where she at now.
Breonna Stewart.
But Brianna, she won rookie of the year, so
Oh,
she
she
didn't
did.
really take her too long. Yeah.
Oh,
Maya Moore
yeah. Good one.
took her a while to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Grinder, she had a couple of dominating type of games her rookie year, but she wasn't what she was in Baylor her rookie year in WNBA.
Yeah.
And we're currently seeing it now with Sabrina.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see
It's just gonna take
their next games. They play Seattle Thursday on Prime Video, and they play the Chicago Sky Saturday 11 a.m. on ESPN. Speaking of Chicago Sky, my girl Angel Reese got jail fouled by Alyssa Thomas the other day. Was that fair or foul? That jail foul? Like,
Hey, they almost gave me PTSD with Draymond putting Rudy in the clutch almost.
mm, mm.
Boy, she had injuries on the throat. She said,
Yeah,
nope, get down.
man. Wasn't even
She can't
trying
be
to go
doing
for the
that
ball.
though.
Wasn't even,
She can't be doing that though. Now I saw all the stuff that was leading into that moment.
Mhm.
Bless that girl's heart. Bless Angel Reese's heart because she was just getting bullied,
Yeah.
absolutely bullied down there. Now the first couple of stuff, it was just in my opinion, it looked like it was just some bang bang stuff.
Yeah.
Then in a little bit, I feel like there was just some chirping going on, and then it was to the point where, I forgot what her name. They got the technical foul. End up fouling her Angel.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that lady, man, you could just clearly see it in the replay. She just had all of her forearm in Angel Reed's throat and just yanked her down, dude.
Yeah.
But Angel, she from Baltimore, so she's straight.
She's used to this. She even said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, Lisa, you can knock me down." She had a quote after the game. It was like, "Knock me down, it's okay. I'm gonna get back up," type of stuff. So they played tonight. I want to say as well. Did they? Let me make sure I. Yeah, they lost to Seattle Storm. Your girl Skylar Diggins Smith.
Oh man.
Make sure I had 21 points. Uh, Lloyd had 19. Let's see who else was there. Angel Reese had 11 and 12 rebounds. She had a double. So only shot 9 times though. I think she needs to shoot a little bit more since Carducia is out. She's still hurt.
Yeah.
I would like to see them all. I don't know when Carducia is supposed to come back. I'm sure it's not going to be Saturday when they play Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but um, that's going to be an interesting game Saturday. Goes back to LSU and Iowa, but it's not LSU Iowa. It's the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever. So Angel Reese, shout out to her for being a trooper, still playing in the game. They won that game. Any surprises so far in the WNBA season? Just the
I
instant
think it's too.
domination.
I mean, I think it's too early for quote unquote surprises.
I mean, you can say the
I mean,
Fever. We did not think they'd go be 1-7 though. You got to be honest on that. You didn't think they'd be 1-7. No. You
I
thought
ain't really have high,
at least
I
three and
ain't have
three.
high,
You didn't have high hopes for
I
the
ain't have
Fever.
high hopes for them. No, because it's the Fever.
But Caitlin
When
Clark is
have they
there.
ever been good? Okay, and you act like you act like the Hawkeyes were multiple collegiate champions when she was playing for them.
She's never lost 7
You
games in the season. I can guarantee you that. She's never lost 7 games
well,
probably in her career.
welcome to the pros.
So this is definitely a shell shock to her.
They be quarterbacks. They be coming through college football talking about I ain't never lost in my high school career.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome
College
to
career.
SEC football mystery. There'll be someone that never lose any in the college career. Welcome to the NFL mystery. You about to get this first L in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you about to get a whole lot of them, depending on what organization you're playing with.
Yeah. Welcome to the SEC. Welcome to the Big 12. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
I didn't think 1-7. I didn't think honestly 1-7. I did not think that'd be 1-7. I thought they'd be 3-3, average at least. Like Chicago's 2-3. So I mean, I didn't think 1-7. They might fire the coach if they actually just get really, really bad. If it gets worse,
Chicago,
they might fire the coach.
Didn't Chicago just win a title like more than 3 years ago?
Yeah, they went to the finals 2 years ago, or was it last year? They were in WNBA finals 2 years ago. I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
With Candace.
I know one of them.
Yeah.
Candace, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 2-3.
I mean, once again, an organization, a franchise that, I can see them going 3-3. But I last time I checked, the Fever have not sniffed the playoffs in, I don't know, at least 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Maybe.
I've noticed the Fever played a lot more games than everybody. They played 8 games so far. The Aces only played 4. I mean, I guess it picks up later on in the season, but dog, they putting the Fever through the ringer. Like their games have been tough. Like,
yo,
that
is kind of messed up about the kind of jumbo schedule that the Fever have.
Starting off, I mean, they must have a real long break, like giving them a little breather in between the season or whatever. But man, they're playing a lot of games, man. Like I said, they play Saturday, just played tonight. I mean, good luck to them though. But shout out to the WNBA so far. I wish, like I said, put the games more on TV, especially now that the NBA. We might have 8 days off until the NBA Finals. What are we gonna do? Like. What the hell are we gonna do for 8 days?
Because I think game 1 is not until next Thursday.
June 6th. June 6th.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
That's crazy. Saying WNBA, this your golden opportunity. Put some more games on ESPN, ESPN2, Prime Video, like something.
WNBA need to go ahead and step it up. I mean, we got the Stanley Cup playoff.
Oh yeah, you want to give a little shout out to that? Right now, game 4. Rangers.
I believe Florida playing.
Yeah, they're playing. They're up 2-1 on the New York Rangers. Game 4. New York is up 2-1. Let's see. Game 4. Dallas is up 2-1. They play tomorrow. Could it be a Dallas, New York? Like I said, I predicted Dallas, New York.
That's what you predicted.
I predicted Dallas, New York. That would be crazy. That would be crazy if the Stars and the Mavericks do win a championship same year. That's crazy. Like,
man, if that happens, then a lot of people are staring at Jerry Jones and them Cowboys like, hey, what's going on?
What y'all doing?
The Rangers just didn't they just win the World Series?
Yep, last year to finish it.
The Rangers just won.
Yeah,
and now we got the Mavs in the finals, and we could be getting these stars in the Stanley Cup finals. Jerry, come on.
You on the clock. You on the clock. So shout out to the hockey and NBA conference finals, but we're about to get ready to go to the NBA finals. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We will see you again next time. Until then, peace out.
Huskies.
Throw it down, big man.